Oh. Oh, flowers.
Flowers.
Oh. Do you smell that?
Yeah, it just all of a sudden just burst like flowers.
We've just gotten this amazing smell of flowers.
There's no flowers.
Oh my god, there's no flowers. There is no flowers. The Spire of Lloyd in Kells, also known as Ireland's only inland lighthouse, was erected by Thomas Taylor in memory of his father. It was designed by Henry Aaron Baker, who was involved in the construction of the King's Inn, Dublin. The spire stands 428 feet above sea level, and at 30 metres tall, one can see as far as the Mourne Mountains in County Down. It was used to observe horse racing and fox hunting while offering panoramic views of the surrounding countryside. The very land it sits upon is an ancient ceremonial ring fort that's seen many battles and bloodshed. The legendary Queen Maeve was said to camp here on her way to steal Ulster's prized bull. And while the summit's history has been colourful, it also holds a somewhat darker story. During the Great Famine, 1845 to 1852, due to crop failure and starvation, poor people had no choice but to enter the Kells workhouse, where they were separated from their loved ones, never to see them again, and endure the awful living conditions. Unfortunately, the thousands who died were then brought to the Hill of Lloyd and are buried here in what's known as the Pauper's Graveyard. When approaching the spire, one is filled with excitement. However, as you reach the hilltop, a quiet melancholy takes hold, and the surrounding countryside becomes still. With so much history and emotion connected with this site, it had to be investigated, and that's why I brought you to the summit of the inland lighthouse. So we're here tonight at the Spire of Lloyd, and we're going to be carrying out an investigation to see if we can contact any spirits. As you can see, the spire is all lit up behind me, and it's quite stunning. As usual, we have our EMF reader that will help us pick up on any electromagnetic fields, and we've also got our quartz crystal that will act as an amplifier for any spirits that want to make contact. So, let's begin. just after carrying out our first attempt at trying to communicate with spirits over at the inland lighthouse, unfortunately we haven't been successful. We haven't gotten the flicker. There's been no EMF readings whatsoever. But it is quite beautiful. It's a stunning place to be at this time of night. And just over here we have the moon beginning to come up, so we'll get some nice night shots. We're going to move from the inland lighthouse to the Pauper's Graveyard. We're here in the centre of the Pauper's Graveyard, and we're going to see if we can make any contact with spirits that want to communicate with us. I'd also like to say that we do this with the utmost respect, and we only do this because we're reaching out to try and communicate with any spirits that do want to talk to us, to tell us their side of the story. We know that the Pauper's Graveyard, unfortunately, a lot of destitute and poverty-stricken people, starving people, were basically sent to the famine workhouses, and a lot of them would have died there, and they would have been brought here, and they were buried here on this mass burial site. The famine workhouses, unfortunately, families that would have ended up there because they were poor and starving, they wouldn't have had any food, any money. They would have been outside the gates waiting to go inside, because it was the only way that they would be guaranteed that they would be getting a meal that day. We know that these families that went to the workhouses were then segregated from each other, so the men were with the men, the women were with the women, and they never seen each other again.
So this is near Kells, so the workhouse would have been nearby, but it's actually not around anymore. It's demolished, so it's not like the one in Mullingar where the front is still there. This one has been completely demolished, and we believe houses are actually there now, which would be very interesting to kind of, maybe do that another time, actually go and see what the EMF, if that spikes anything.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a nice history of the place. It's unfortunately a big part of Ireland's history, and not a pleasant one.
Yeah.
Not one that's really talked about a lot.
No.
And it's really kind of strange just even being on this hill and kind of knowing what happened, even if it was such a long time ago. It kind of doesn't matter. There's such a difference when you walk through those gates, just past that cross, and you're just in this bit. Like, we didn't pick up anything from the actual lighthouse itself, but you just feel like a mood change when you come in here. And yeah, maybe it's like in your head, I don't know, but like the first time we came here, I didn't actually know the history, and I felt like a shift in the air when we came in here, and it was only after you told me it kind of made sense. So I don't know, I just feel like this part just feels very like depressing. It's really sad. You know, I don't do
you feel that? Do you feel the stillness though? It's like time has actually stopped.
It's that like very like pocket of quiet, which is like, it feels very still, very somber, very. Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah. So we'll see if we do pick up on anything with respect, like you said. But it's a strange place to be. You don't normally pick up on the mood of a place all the time, but you do here
instantly.
And strange that you don't as soon as you go out that wall, but you do as soon as you're like within this circle.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if we get anything. Is there anybody here that wishes to communicate with us? You can grab onto this device and make it flash. Can you make it flash if you're a child? Thank you so much. Can you tell us, did you used to live here? No. Did you used to live in the surrounding town? You did. You did. Did you by chance used to work? Thank you. Thank you so much. I know. Did you used to work in the Famine, or sure I said, did you used to work in the workhouse? You did. You did. Can you tell me, did we speak with you the last time we were here? I spoke with you before, didn't I? I did, yes. I knew it was you. Do you still like coming back here to this spot? Is there something that brings you back here? Can you tell me, using this device to flash for yes, or, oh, thank you, thank you so much. Can you tell me, are you happy now? Are you happy? You are. Oh, I'm very happy to hear that. I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you so much. I'm glad to hear that. And would you have been in the workhouse with your family? You were. Can you tell me, were you separated from your parents when you went into the workhouse? You were. And can you tell me, did you see your mother and father again? You didn't. I'm sorry. Have you seen them now? You see them now. You do. Well, I'm happy to hear that. Can I ask you, by using this device, can you tell me, where we're standing right now, is this where your physical body is buried?
It seems to flash sometimes when you are in the middle of asking a question, and it's almost like they're anticipating.
Yeah,
I know we've said that
that's
before.
What it feels like.
It's almost like they're anticipating what you're going to say.
I could feel that you were standing over here watching myself and Andrew talking about the famine. Yeah, you were. Thank you. And you heard us talking about the workhouses.
Can we ask, are there other spirits who come back here or are still here? Do you know?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you tell us, if I go up in age, can you tell me, can you make this device flash to tell me what age you were? So, were you 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You were 13 years of age. If you were, thank you so much. So you were a 13-year-old girl, and you had to go through all that hardship at such a young age.
Do you hear rustling just up ahead of us?
Yeah. Would you like us to move forward? You would. Yes. Are we closer to where you are? We are. Yes. Yes.
Why don't we try walking the circle clockwise and see if there's any particular...
Oh, there we go.
Oh. Is that agreeing to walk the circle, or...
Do you want us to walk the circle? Would you like us to walk the circle? We can go for a walk. Yeah. So I might just...
I didn't want to interrupt, but during that my phone just shut off.
Did it?
And I had to turn it back on. And it's like, it hasn't...
Oh,
there's no reason.
That's
like,
big.
It's
Oh no, hold on.
72%. So yeah, just during that conversation, my phone shut off. I was using it to film a little bit of other bits around you, and the phone just died when you were kind of in the... I didn't want to interrupt you, but it's a fairly new phone. I think I only got it about 2 months ago, so it shouldn't do that. And I've just turned it back on. It's on 72%. So it didn't die, thankfully. Which...
Funny, we weren't getting any EMF readings for a few seconds there, so it's... I wonder, was this bird maybe... Was it maybe using your battery as energy?
Maybe, because it was 79 just a minute ago, and now it's 72. Activity here the last time.
I think that's where that little girl made her first contact with us up here at this altar. We had just started to turn out from the altar, and funnily enough, it was actually over this side where the EMF reader started to go off, and we believe that it's the same girl that communicated with us tonight, but she seems to have stopped. But we're grateful that she talked to us and communicated with us. So we're going to see if we can get anything at the altar here. Oh. Oh, flowers.
Flowers.
Oh, do you smell that?
Yeah, it just all of a sudden just burst like flowers.
We've just gotten this amazing smell of flowers.
There's no flowers.
Oh my god, there's no flowers. There is no flowers here. There's absolutely no flowers here.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh wow. There's no flowers here.
I think that's a bird.
That's a bird.
I think so.
If that's you that's creating this amazing smell of flowers, can you make this device flash to let us know that was you? We'd be so grateful if you could make this device flash, just to let us know that you made that smell of flowers. It's starting to dissipate.
It's actually fading now.
It's definitely fading.
It was just
What is that, lilies?
I think so.
Sorrow?
Maybe, isn't that what they sometimes
I think so.
use at like funerals?
Yeah. I know they don't always mean sad things, but...
No, but they're kind of a divisive flower. You either love them or hate them.
Yeah. So after setting up our trigger object to see if we get any response. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for communicating with us. We really appreciate it. Definitely we're hearing movements and rustling around us.
Oh. You just moved the camera and it flashed up to red, I swear.
Is that you that we hear rustling around us? My battery light is on red.
Is that for your phone?
No,
for your light?
That's for my light, yeah.
And was that fully charged?
Fully charged, yeah.
That's mad. That's the second thing that's happened now. It's my phone.
We should probably make note of that, shouldn't we? I'm going to put it on a low setting as well. It's gone to green now. That was fully charged though. We just noticed that our actual battery operated light that we have on top of our camera is actually starting to die on us as well. So that's another battery that seems to be dying on us.
I keep hearing something behind me, like almost like a whimper, and then like, I don't know, it's like, how do you explain it? Can you hear it? I don't even think the camera will pick it up. It's yeah.
Is that you that we hear walking around us?
Oh.
Yes. It's actually cool. So we're using our EMF reader now just to guide us. And Andrew is kindly using his light on his phone.
Hopefully that doesn't die now as well. They did shut it off before, so hopefully they allow us to have a little bit of light.
Okay. Just walk past the point of where we contacted the little girl that made herself known to us. And we're now coming up upon the altar. And this is where we got the massive smell of flowers that was blasted into our faces. It was just remarkable. I'm getting it again. And it's like church, church flowers.
That's exactly what it
church
is.
Flowers.
It's like church flowers. And I've not ever had this before, but I've heard stories
It's remarkable.
of this happening.
It's all up here. It's stunning.
It's so strong and it's so weird because there's no flowers up here.
Has there been any movement? No.
Nothing obvious, so we're going to go with no. Although, I think it's worth noting that when you did speak to, we assume, this little girl the last time, she said she visited.
She
did.
did.
She didn't say she stayed here.
No.
So, to me, I don't know why you would come back and visit, but it's kind of a relief in a way because it means that she isn't grounded.
Yeah. She's not grounded here. And she did say she's happy.
Yeah, so she mightn't be here. She might just come and visit.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously she remembered you from the last time.
Okay. I think maybe it might be worth actually going down to the playground. Or down, maybe.
We can head down that.
We were just leaving the pauper's graveyard and the phone literally died. The camera died, and the EMF went off. Unfortunately, we weren't able to capture it because we had no camera.
It's doing it there. Is your EMF on the camera?
Yeah.
It's flashing.
Is it?
It's not now, but it was just as you were talking about it.
Was that you that made my camera go off? Do you want us to stay for a little bit more? Do you want us to stay for a little bit longer? You do. Well, we're going to be here for a little bit longer.
It's like really faint. It's gone. Like I can't get it now.
So we've just picked up our trigger object. We got a flash there. We just picked up our trigger object from the altar, and we noticed the smell of flowers began to fade. I think it's gone.
It's gone. It is gone. That's so weird. It's almost like
I'm kind of getting it, but it's coming over. It's coming from this way now.
Do you want to go over there? It was after we said goodbye. It was like it faded.
I think it's gone again. It's gone.
It's almost like they were just greeting you as you arrived, and then it left as we were leaving.
Thank you so much for communicating with us and giving us that beautiful smell of flowers. We really appreciate it. Do you like that other children have come up here? You do. Do you play with them? You do. Oh, thank you. Do you like playing games with them in the playground? You do.
Oh, that one was quite high.
And can you tell me, do they see you in the playground? They do. Have you spoken to them? You have. Do you like the kids that come up here and play? You do. Do you like being on the little horsey? You do. Did you like us pushing the little horsey? You did. Is that your favorite one? It is. Little horsey. Do you like it when we do this? Are you having fun? Do you enjoy it? Do you like the horsey? Ah. Can you make this device flash again if you want me to push the horsey again? Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's gone quite... Oh. Oh. I'm thinking this, so I don't know if you know what I'm thinking. Do you know what I'm thinking? Do you want me to push the horsey again? You do? Okay, we'll do one more push before we go. Okay? Okay, you ready? Okay, let's go. All right. Okay, so are you gonna get on the horsey? Make the light flash for me. Okay, you're on the horsey. Okay, you ready? And 1, 2. Oh, there we go. Yay! Oh, oh, thank you. Oh, was that fun? It was. Oh, thank you so much for communicating with us. I can see what you spend a lot of time up here. It's great fun. Thank you. And we seem to have gone a bit quiet, so I think. Oh, you're over here. Oh, you're over here. You like this one, do you? You do? Okay. Oh, this is a really cool one. Oh, wow. Do you like the slide? You do? Oh, it's so much fun. Oh, the EMF started to go off. Can you go up the slide and slide down it towards this device? Are you over here? Are you over here? I feel like. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Did you just slide down the slide? You did. You went up those steps over there, didn't you? And came down the slide.
I think that's what you were sensing over there.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. We're just about to wrap things up, and we've concluded our investigation of the inland lighthouse, the Spire of Lloyd. And we wanted to come here because, not only because it's the only inland lighthouse in Ireland, but also we were very curious as to see if we'd pick up on any communication from spirits here, due to the history of this location, the Pauper's Graveyard, the history of the famine, the workhouses. But what we picked up upon, not only that, but also the joy and wonderful spirit of a little girl that loves the playground and loves being there. And the same girl that we were speaking to in the Pauper's Graveyard, her energy completely changed when we were in the playground, and you could see the EMF reader became stronger, the signals were more responsive, and she just loves being up here. She loves the playground. She likes playing with other kids. I'd be curious to hear if any other children have had experiences up here where they've played with a little girl that actually wasn't here. So I'd be curious to hear if people have any experiences like that. But yeah, as far as investigations go, this is definitely one of the most beautiful spots. But it's after giving us a lot more than I think we expected.
and it's actually left us feeling very happy.
Nice contrast to the graveyard part.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not what you expected.
No, it's not. Definitely not. And thank you so much to the little girl that communicated with us.
This is where we made contact with the little girl last night. When I asked if she wanted us to move forward, it flickered for yes. And I only realised that if we had have moved forward to where she really wanted us to go, you can see that if we go around this tree, just directly over this wall is her favourite spot. The playground. When entering the workhouse, families were separated. Children were taken from their parents. Those who were under 2 years of age stayed with their mother. Those older would be segregated, never to see their mother and father again. In 1851, 91,000 child inmates served in the workhouses. The authorities enforced child separation as they believed it would reduce the likelihood of them being paupers in the future. Children received little food and brutal discipline. A visitor to Kilrush Workhouse stated, "The children were mere skeletons with no flesh on their bones." Our communication with the joyful spirit of the little girl was a complete contrast to the horrors she must have endured. When communicating with her, we got controlled responses from the EMF. Our batteries, phones, and lights were mysteriously drained. The remarkable smell of lilies that filled the air with no physical explanation, and the audible phenomenons that seemed to respond to our questions that was only picked up by our microphone. The excitement and joy of the little girl was tangible. It makes sense that she'd be drawn to the playground because in life she was denied a happy childhood. Please like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any content in the future. And remember, strange is beautiful.